Good afternoon. This is Oyo State News on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Agbari Gonireke Ibadan. I am Inumidun Afunjadedeji. Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde says safety and security of residents of the state remain a top priority. Governor Makinde maintained that his government will work with all security agencies, including the newly introduced Oyo State Security Network Agency, also known as Amoteco Corps, to ensure that the state is safe for all. In another development, Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde has shunned the coronavirus pandemic protocols by attending an annual interfaith service to mark the beginning of 2021, and this was after he returned from an international trip. The gathering had in attendance Makinde's deputy engineer Rahul Folanio, government officials, civil servants, among others. Meanwhile, Governor Sheyi Makinde has described the number of COVID-19 vaccine doses the federal government allocated to Oyo State as grossly inadequate. He said this in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Taiwo Adisa. Makinde said this to produce more doses of vaccine for the use of the people in the state. Observations reveal that residents of Ibadan tripped out to participate in the weekly sanitation exercise held today across the state. Pensioners FM's correspondent Ibiwumi Shola, who visited Dugbe, Awota, Eleyele, Ologunẹru, and Apete, reported that sanitary inspectors were spotted in uniforms to ensure strict compliance. However, the residents appealed to Waste Management Authority to evacuate heaps of refuse at the median of some roads in the city. Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde has said some foreigners without proper documentation are contributing to the rising insecurity in the state. The governor warned traditional rulers against allocating land to any foreigner without proper documentation in their domain, saying such will not be tolerated. Makinde noted that his administration will ensure that foreigners in the state were properly documented very soon. It's to be recalled that the governor had in December said fighters from Mali, a West African country, were making serious attempts to cross into the state from the Shaki border. Oyo State government has been helped to expedite actions on the reconstruction of Akwete Awota, Araromi, and Akufa roads. Alakufo of Akufo in Ido local government area of Oyo State, Oba Ahmed Olabamiji Thomas said these while Pensioners FM's news crew visited him at his palace. The monarch hinted that the completion of the roads will improve social-economic activities, particularly in conveying the agricultural produce to other towns. Two of the residents also implored the state government to upgrade their existing health center and schools. It's to be recalled that Oyo State Governor Engineer Sheyi Makinde at the New Year prayer session at the Agodi Secretariat Ibadan assured that 12-kilometer Akwete Akufa Road will be commissioned this year. Sequel to the expiration of a 7-day ultimatum, Oyo State has moved against roadside traders in Ibadan, the state capital. Wednesday's enforcement exercise, which spanned the Challenge Agodi Gate axis of Ibadan, saw the task force of the State Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources seize some wares and goods displayed on roadsides. In one swoop, 4 pickup vans of the ministry were full of items seized from roadside traders. State Commission of Environment and Natural Resources, IDO, Oyeleke, who led the enforcement team, assured that the exercise will be continuous. The Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, IBEDC, has commenced free metering exercise in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The mass distribution of meters to house owners is in line with the directive given to electricity distribution company in August last year by President Muhammadu Buhari to meet held consumers to end estimated billing. The distribution of 104,000 free meters began at Agodi Gate area, Ibadan North, local government Ibadan. IBEDC head of customer support Ayo Adil, who said meters were available for distribution to houses under their franchise, explained that the distribution will be done based on laid down modalities and strategies for the exercise. Some farmers in the Barakwa area of Oyo State have called on the Nigerian police force to carry out thorough investigation to reveal the real identities of the arrested 47 armed Fulani men in the state. This was just as indication emerged that the Oyo State Police Command has begun investigation into the case of the 47 armed Fulani men who were arrested in parts of Okyogun by men of the Operation Burst outfit in the state. The Fulani men were said to have been arrested hours after the raid on kidnappers' hideouts by men of the Oyo State Security Network Agency, otherwise called Operation Amotekun, along the Takba Igongon Road in the Barapa North local government area. The suspects had claimed that they were arrested with hams while trailing some kidnappers who were trying to collect ransom from relations of a kidnapped victim. Meanwhile, the Farmers Union Secretary in Ibarakba, Taiwo Adiago, said a leader of Fulani in the area suspected to be a criminal was also invited alongside the harmed Fulani man. A young man suspected to be one of the armed robbers terrorizing Amisu, Babasala Street and Oketunu axis of Ibadan has been killed by a mob at Levante's bus stop in the early hours. It was gathered that the lifeless body of the suspected robber was left at the road median. The suspect was stripped naked and stoned to death before the arrival of men of the Nigerian police. Meanwhile, the chairman Landlord Association Saka Oladejo said two robbers came to the street but the vigilante groups employed in the area were able to arrest one of them while the other one escaped. They appealed to government to strengthen security in the area to forestall regular robbery attack. Also, residents of Inole in the street have accused members of the Oyo State Security Network Agency Amotekun for killing a tricycle rider named Tosin Thomas. An eyewitness who spoke under a condition of anonymity said the man named Tosin Thomas was shot by the Amotekun officer, adding that the victim was rejected by the university teaching hospital before he later died. A worker at a filling station near the scene of the incident said while the Amotekun officer was trying to settle a dispute, he accidentally shot the victim. The Amotekun commander in the state, retired Colonel Olayinka Olayanju, confirmed the incident, saying necessary measures had been put in place to avoid a recurrence. Meanwhile, Oyo State Police Command says the report of the incident came to them this morning. Oyo State Police Public Relations Officer CSP Olukbenga Fadeyi in a press release said investigation has commenced on the incident. Now to the exciting world of sport. Crown of Ogbomosho will host Ekiti United from Ado Ekiti in a friendly match at Maracana Stadium, Ladoke, Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho this afternoon. This is part of build-up for the fast approaching 2020-2021 Nigerian National League season. Meanwhile, the final journey for the former Super Eagles player, late Ajibade Babalade, begins today with his wake at the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Okeado, Ibadan. Late Babalade was a member of the Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan that won the maiden edition of Confederation of African Football competition in 1992 and bronze medal with Super Eagles at the African Cup of Nations held in Senegal same year. And with this, we come to the end of your state news on Pensioners 106.7 FM Agbarigo, Onireke, Ibadan. For any information, contact us on these mobile numbers: 0812 0086 270 or 0802 2373 535, or visit us at Oyo State Pensioners House, Agbarigo, Nireke, Ibadan. Adeyemo. Adiola Okushaga led the production crew. I am Inumidu Afondadeji. Thank you for listening.
ẹ káàsán o arígbámú ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ló ń dé sétígbọ̀ọ́-yín láti ìkànnì pensioners 106.7 tó kalẹ̀ ságbárígo onírèké nílùú ìbàdàn. gómìnà ṣèyí mákindé ti ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti ní ààbò àwọn ará ìpínlẹ̀ yìí òun ló jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ òun lógún jùlọ. ìròyìn ti sọ di mímọ̀ pé gómìnà mákindé kọ̀ láti tẹ̀lé ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé àrùn covid-19 pẹ̀lú bó ṣe kọ̀ láti wà láàyè ìyàsọ́tọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí ó dé láti òkè òkun tí ó fi lọ síbi ìsìn àkọ́kọ́ nínú ọdún 2021 léyìí tó jẹ́ ìsìn ọlọ́dọọdún irú ẹ̀. bákan náà ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ gómìnà mákindé ṣàpèjúwe iye abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára tó ń dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ fún ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí èyí tí kò bójúmu tó. gómìnà mákindé ti ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣàlàyé pé àìsí ìlànà títò ìwé àwọn ará òkèèrè tó ń wọlé wá lọ́nà tí ó tọ́ ó ló jẹ́ nǹkan tó ń dákún ètò ààbò tó mẹ́hẹ nípìnlẹ̀ yìí. ìwádìí ti fi hàn pé àwọn olùgbé ìlú ìbàdàn nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ òun náà ni wọ́n tú yáyá jáde fún ètò kólẹ̀-kódọ̀tí ọlọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ tó wáyé lónìí. wọ́n ti rọ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kánmọ́nkíá lórí àtúnṣe òpópónà àpẹtẹ àwọ̀tán àti àkùfò. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣiṣẹ́ tako títa ọjà lẹ́bàá pópó lẹ́yìn gbèdéke ọjọ́ 7 tí wọ́n fún àwọn olùtajà lẹ́bàá pópó tẹ́lẹ̀. iléeṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná ti ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pín ẹ̀rọ tó ń ka iye òǹlò iná lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fáwọn ará olùgbé ìlú ìbàdàn tí í ṣe olúùlú ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́. àwọn àgbẹ̀ lágbègbè ìbàràpá nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti ké pe iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí láti ṣe ìwádìí tó gbọ̀ngbọ́n lọ́nà àti fojú fún àwọn aráàlú. ọkùnrin kan tí wọ́n fura sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí adigunjalè tó ń da agbègbè amisu babasala àti òkè ìtùnú láàmú làwọn tínúbí kan ti ṣekú pa ò ní ibùdókọ̀ kan tó wà ní ìlú ìbàdàn èyùn láàárọ̀ òní. àwọn olùgbé agbègbè ináléndé ti fẹ̀sùn kan ikọ̀ aláàbò àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ pé wọ́n ṣekú pa Tosin Thomas tó jẹ́ awakẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́ta. ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù crown ti ìlú ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ni wọ́n máa gba ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù èkìtì united ti ìlú adó èkìtì lálejò fún ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ ọlọ́rẹ̀ẹ́sọ̀rẹ́ èyùn ní pápá ìṣeré ládòkè akíntọ́lá yunifásitì tó wà ní ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ léyìí tí yóò máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní aago 3 ọ̀sán òní. arígbámú ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ fún tọ̀sán tòní kò ní jù bá ń lọ o títí alẹ́ tí àwọn akẹgbẹ́ ó mọ̀ mú ìròyìn àṣálẹ́ wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín. michael adéyẹmọ lólóòtú ìròyìn náà pẹ̀lú ìnáwó sultan ti amiyu taiwo ibrahim ló mú wá sétí ìgbọ̀nyín. ẹ ṣeun tẹ́ ń fẹ́ wa àánú ọlọ́run kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ o.